A new cosmic entity has joined our twisted little numbers family, 6-9, which meant creating a new mask. I wanted the 6-9 entity to have elements similar to 6-7 and 6-1, but more extreme. I got a few of this masquerade mask, similar to the purge mask I used to create the others, but a little different. I cut the jaw the same as the other two masks, but I wanted to make 6-9's mouth even wider. I have a big pack of these cardboard blank face masks, and my plan is to cut them into a bunch of pieces to help me build the jaw. I cut a bunch of pieces and kept building until I was satisfied and everything was even. I have my cut up tissue paper and my Mod Podge, and I'm going to cover the jaw extension to make everything smoother. The jaw is covered. After that, for the last two masks, I used normal Mod Podge to cover the mask to create the final surface, but this time I used gloss Mod Podge. Now to cover the mask. The mask is drying. Next comes painting. It's super late, or really early. Fullish moon, perfect time to do some painting. The glasses for 6-9 actually inspired his paint job. When they aren't covered in blood, they are a kind of purple, gray, green color, and I wanted to emulate that in the mask. So when painting the mask, I started with a purple base, then gray and green, and I kept lightly layering until I was happy with the color. After painting the first purple layer, I saw all these cracks from the gloss Mod Podge covering. Happy accident, because I ended up really liking them. Added a bit of character to 6-9 and makes him a bit different than 6-7 and 6-1. I sacrificed my bedbug monster mask and used its eyes for 6-9. Added a bit of paint, but I knew I would be enhancing the eyes later. Since his mouth is so wide, I double-lined it to make sure no light came through. And those are the two little eye holes I used to see while filming. I wanted 6-9 to have a sonic scream. And for one shot, I wanted 6-1's ears to bleed and for him to vomit blood. And I wanted to do it practically, which ended up being more challenging than I thought it would be. It takes a while to get all the pieces on for the costume. I had 2 tubes going up my back and coming out next to my ears, connected to syringes filled with blue paint. And luckily, I had help doing this shot. I ended up doing a bunch of takes with different levels of paint dripping out. I went frame by frame to make sure I cut out the tubes and hands behind me. And for the throw-up shot, I had a large green paper with a hole in the middle connected to a funnel. Then I needed to remove the tubes in the hood next to my head, change the skin color, do the mouth and eyes, and add some final touches. In hindsight, I could have done the bleeding ears digitally, but I always prefer to do practical stuff whenever I can, including one of the first shots, which was 6-1 biting my or David's arm. Did the initial bite shot without any blood, then had a small bag filled with a purple concoction, placed the bag behind my arm, and did a few different takes of the blood pouring out. Then combined a bunch of different pieces to make up the final version. When you put them all together, and this shot took forever to color correct because of David's stupid red shirt that I picked out that I did not think about beforehand. I had to select 6-1's hand and remove the red saturation for every frame he was touching that stupid shirt. After I had the hand done, I worked on the rest of the face and body. Did a few reference shots throwing a dummy to give me an idea how many frames the legs should be on screen. I used some temporary tattoo veins for the Evil Dead inspired hand transforming shot. I wanted 6-1 to kick 6-7 across the room. For that, I combined several shots. I did a green screen shot of 6-7 getting kicked. Then I cut out 6-1's foot in the original shot, positioned the green screen shot in, then got a shot turning to see the rest of the hit. Added a cutout of the couch for 6-7 to fall behind. Then did color correction on 6-7 and 6-1, covering skin and finishing the shot. Almost broke the hook trying to get the close call shot. Same process, color correcting all the same areas. I used a large sparkler and a lot of editing to get the shot of 6-1 getting electrocuted. I took 2 really long takes doing a bunch of versions of the shot before the sparkler went out. With all the clips together, and for the final shot, I used a fog machine to add some smoke. For this video, I got to work with longtime Scream 1210 family member, Michael Poole. We don't get to work together in person a lot, so it was really fun getting to work on this short with him.
What the hell? Why don't we just... Come on then! I just want to go home. Home!
I thought it would be cool to have handprints spell out 6'9", but it took a while to make the video. I also thought it would be a fun surprise to have 6'9" decapitate 6'7", which meant a lot of blue paint. For ripping the head off, I did one take with no blood and realized I needed blood. So then I did another take with a small paint bag behind the head, but it was not enough blood. So then I held a full paint bottle behind the head and dumped it. It worked, but my precautions were not good enough and it got all over the carpet, which was fun.
6'9".
Let me get my face a little red. Or, well, it's not that red yet, right?
No, yeah, this is right at the beginning.
Oh, okay, just kidding.
Okay.
All right, and then am I just gonna be slouching down?
Yeah, you'll crouch down.
And then, but yeah, like.
Yeah. A metal rose was stuck in 6'7's nose, and a piece broke off inside. When 6'9 dislodged it, 6'1 decided to use it to try and stick his hand back on, to try and reactivate his time travel powers. Was 6-1 successful? Will David remain changed? Will we find out what's going on with Eric and what else is in the house? Stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes video of 6-7 versus 6-1 versus 6-9, but scary. I wanted to make it really epic for you all. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Michael. I make all the videos here at Screen 1210. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.